Yo, what's up, everyone? Phenomenon here. Fuck, already messed up my intro already. Cut. Yo, what's up, everyone? Phenomenon here, back with a new video for you. And this time, it's for my Syrus/Koihime RPG project. Just like I said I would, I'll be sprite designing Kan'u Unchou today. So, here we go. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Now, before the video starts, I just wanted to say that For Honor will be coming out really soon. Those videos be coming up, so that's why I'm making this video first, because I said I would. For those of you wondering when the next chapter is coming out, the next chapter is about 9% done. Pretty much, I'm at the end of the battle, so where is it? Where's the next chapter? What happened? The day I released the latest chapter, I got terribly sick before I could complete the following chapter. I didn't fully recover from my illness until late January, and by that time, school started as well. And of course, the For Honor closed beta came up, so I didn't have time to work on it. But it will be done very, very, very soon. So, without further ado, let's get started. So as mentioned before in my last official update video, I used the RPG Maker VX Ace program to make my project. Link to the program will be in the description in case you guys want to check it out. What's so neat about this system is that they have a character generator which allows you to create sprite models. So I use this generator to create sprite models for my Koihime characters. Of course, it's impossible to design the characters perfectly using this generator alone, so editing comes after. I just use the generator to pick out designs closest to the character I want to make. For Kan'u, I would need to find a design consist of a white shirt and a black skirt, which the generator conveniently have for me. Of course, I also need to worry about her hairstyle, so I also need to pick out the best hairstyle to work with as well. For the Koihime characters, the hairstyle is the most difficult to design, so to save time, I pick out hairstyles that I could work with easily. Once I finish with the model design, I just output this into a sprite sheet, and then I just use this as a design template. As you see on the screen, I use paint.net as my sprite editing. Link will also be in the description, and it's free. I'm poor, so I can't afford Photoshop, so don't expect amazing design skills in this video. It's going to be a very lengthy video or so, because, well, I'm not professional at this. So, once I output the sprite sheet, I open it using this program, and this is where the real editing begins. There's gonna be a lot of awkward pauses in between here and there, so in the midst of this, I will just commentate in between or so, just to keep things entertaining and not so quiet or so. So yeah, you just be hearing me rambling now and then or so. This is the part where I decide on how should I proceed from here. So to start out with, I need to break Kan'u into two components, consisting of her head and her body. Now the reason why I don't break her up into more components for her sprite design is because the arms and legs, well, if you look, well, there's nothing much to go off on for like the arms and legs. So from here, I'm also thinking about breaking that up into further components or so. So for the head, it's obviously the hairstyle, and then her eyes. Now for her body. Now the body is a lot more different on figuring out, considering there's a lot more components and so. So what part of her body is very distinct or so that makes her stand out compared to everyone else? To be fair though, that's not the first thing that I was thinking about when it comes to Kan'u. What I mean is what on like her clothes design or so. So looking at her clothes, okay, we have her tie, her sleeves, her black skirt, her stockings, her shoes, and then the most important part is her green um dress or so. I don't know what you all call it, but um well, we're breaking that into components too, in which is going to be consist of the white shirt and then the green outer shirt or so. Comment below what would you call the green part of her dress or so. In any case, at this point right here, you will notice that I have another sprite sheet open up right here. This sheet here is just pretty much the size template for my Kan'u design or so. So on this part here, I would actually try and align the Kan'u sprites with the other sprites here or so. So obviously I have to do this manually or so, and it could be tedious. So that's a patience I have or so. Of course, I don't know if like Photoshop or the any other photo editing programs actually does this or so any faster. If you haven't been paying attention, you have already seen the old Kan'u sprite sheet I made. That was made like a long time ago. I didn't exactly put a full 100% effort into it. At that point in time or so, um, I was just fooling around or so. So I didn't exactly put in a full effort in making her really detailed. Just a quick heads up for everyone. I'm only doing one sprite model for this episode or so. Because it actually took me like 2 hours just to design this the center sprite or so. So if you guys want more, or yeah, guys actually want to see me actually continue making the model, then let me know in the comment section. Now I break her components up into many layers or so. So each one of them will be all named differently. Her hair, tie, white shirt, green shirt, skirt, shoes. Videos like these could get pretty boring after some time or so, and I can't always be commentating on the spot of every single little detail that I'm doing. So maybe next video or so, you guys can send in some questions or so, and I can answer them midway through commentating videos like these. I receive a lot of questions from a lot of you from my private messaging on fanfiction.net, and I did my best to answer some of them, and I don't know if I did not answer some of them or not. But in any case, if some of these questions actually pops up in this video and I answer them, it would mean that I would want to let everyone know on this question, because I feel like everyone needs to know about it too. So I apologize first if your question or comment from the private messaging on fanfiction.net pops up in this video. And of course, in the future, I'll ask next time for your permission to use your question in my future videos. Once I completed making all the layers that I need, I then go on recoloring her eyes or so. Because the eyes are always the same, so it's always consistent. So it's really easy to do or so. So I don't exactly need to make a layer for it. With the eyes done now, I can now move on to working on the other layers now. So I tend to work from head to toe. So I will now start with her hair. The most challenging part of her hair is that is her ponytail, in which I kind of do not want to have her ponytail stick out way too much. So then so when I put it into the game, her hair doesn't get cut off. Now we know that Kan'u doesn't always have her hair up. There are cases where her hair comes down or so. And that I will save that hairstyle for next time. As an author, of course, I also wrote many of my other stories or so, and I've been looking through some of your PMs to me, and I received like a lot of messages of, like continuations or so, or when's the next chapters come out, especially for like the other stories that is not the Syrus Koihime story. Um, Unfortunately, I can't say of when I might recontinue those stories. As of right now, the Syrus and Koihime seems to be on my mind more than the others or so. So that's why I have not been updating, and I apologize for um, not informing everyone on this. I really do hope I can come back to those, but it's already difficult as it is to managing like one story, and yeah, I really don't have the time, so that's why I'm just focusing on one story in particular. So but in case I don't actually return to it, there's chances are that some of my older stories or so, I could actually do the same thing as this Koihime project here, in which I could make somewhat of a RPG storyline or of some sort. If you guys want to actually like see some of that, then let me know. Let me know. M- maybe it's possible. I may be able to do it. No promises, but I may actually put in the effort to actually do that. I mean, we could do like another video like this where I just sprite design, and if I sprite design, most likely I could get some of those stories in to like RPG style or so. Yeah. So let me know if you guys want to see like other stories being made into RPG video series or so, or even like other characters from my other stories if you want to see like me designing them. Of course, this is just me being ambitious and being hopeful that I could actually do any of that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. Anyways, going back to the question of whether those other stories of mine, whether they're going to continue or not, I apologize and I'm sorry, but I really don't know. One thing that is very limiting about the RPG Maker VX Ace is, well, besides the sprite designing of like the characters, there's also the tiles or so. So, like, for example, it may be doable with my One Piece Revolution Revolution Zero story, but for the let's just say Kiro Negi Tale stories, that one's going to be a lot more difficult because of the school setting or so. I don't think they have tiles for that is like very similar to like Mahara Academy. Of course, that being said, it will also be really difficult to make the prequel to the Syrus Koihime story, or pretty much the prequel series, which is starring Godzilla himself. I probably can. I may or not be able to do that one either because mainly it's just the tile. The tiles, as in like the setting wise, like cities and stuff like that. Of course, you could tell me to go Google it, but because there are people are the ones that are designing these tiles and city designs and stuff like that. And of course, I don't know where to get like a free resource of those because remember, I'm poor. So, hearing my dilemma, the Godzilla RPG video series will have to be delayed. Mainly because I do not have modern day city tiles. Something that I really need to make this happen. Because the Godzilla series starts in the modern day time. And I don't have modern day city tiles. So with that being said, if you guys really, really want to see the Godzilla video series, try and find me some modern day city tiles so I can work with. Of course, don't do this illegally. Find like the free resources online or so, and send them to me. It'll help me by saving time for myself, so then I could work on other stuff instead of constantly researching for more materials. God damn, this segment is really long. For the sake of time, I'm going to fast forward it to when I'm done with her hair. Okay, so should be the part where I'm finishing up on her hair right here. So I think this is a good spot to come back to now. Um, okay, so we added the hair tie, sort of speaking, and her um golden ring that holds up her hair. Now we'll be working on the body. And for Kanye's case, I'm going to emphasize some things. I know it was a joke before, but well, I decided it's probably best I just do this anyways. So now I'm working on her white shirt here. So this is the part where I bounce around from one layer to the other, which I usually don't do. And I started to outline. I outlined what's going to be the skirt, and then what's the skirt going to look like, what's the shirt is going to look like, what the sleeves are going to look like. what's important about sprite designing is also figuring out what's really important on the character. So, like, how detailed do I want it to be? Because sometimes if you over detail a sprite character, then they will look extremely terrible or so. So, really, you need to figure out what's really important on a sprite character that really defines them and what's not. I mean, do I really need to emphasize every little design of her clothing, like all the what do you call those minor designs on her, like her sleeves or so? Do I need to really emphasize that? Does that really needs to stick out? And well, the answer is no, because well, on a sprite design, you shouldn't actually see like every single little details and everything. So for the sleeves, I decided that the most important to me is just um the main colors, which is yellow, white, and then the slight of green that is like on her sleeves or so. Those are the what's most important. Like the um what's that color? Magenta or some sort of dark red-ish pink color that's like under her sleeve that is like towards her hand or so. That to me isn't exactly important. It's not going to show much. So I don't need to worry about that. Now the white shirt is extremely difficult, mainly because well, it's hard to see white when when you're not done with the final product or so. So I usually for those cases I just have the white color and then sort of change its visibility or so. That way or not as visibility, it's more like change the shade, yeah, change the shade of white to like closer to somewhat little gray, like light enough light enough to be close to white, but not too gray to the point where it's just plain gray. Just to not make the video so quiet, I'm going to just ramble a bit. And let's talk about video games. So, a video game, I know that I want to start somewhat of a video game channel, sort of speaking. That's why I started this so-called RPG video series. I was thinking of playing other games as well. So if you guys want to see me play some games or so, let me know. And of course, there's also the thing about genres of games. There are games that I would play, and then there are games that I won't play. Games um, like extreme horror or jump scare games, that's probably a no. Mainly because there's no point of me playing those games if if it's I don't exactly scream in like horror games. I just jump and that's it. You just hear me go "Huh," or something like that. And yeah, I tend to just move more than just screaming or anything. So it's not going to be that interesting just to hear like movement through the microphone or so. So no horror, no jump scare games because I don't like it. I tend to like to play like more open world games like Skyrim or well, I haven't tried out GTA yet, but I could do that. I also have the game Raft. I downloaded it. It's probably probably updated by now, but you guys want to see me play that, I could do that too. What do you guys think? Should I do like a Q&A video where you guys just ask me a bunch of questions? Perhaps I'll probably do like a short Q&A about 20 questions or so. The 20 questions maybe. Yeah, just 20 questions or so. We if you guys want to ask me like a bunch of questions or so, yeah, we could do like a Q&A video where I just answer questions. And in the background, it could be like something like this. Okay, returning back to the art. So now I'm working on the tie. Now, for the tie's case, it's split down right in the middle. So that's the point where I need to figure out, what do I want to emphasize? Do I want to emphasize the white side more or the pink? And I decided to choose pink instead. Of course, even then, I have a hard time figuring out, do I really want to be more pink or do I want to be more white? How should I divide the tie up or so? It gets frustrating sometimes. And you see that I'm just switching around back and forth, figuring out what to do with that tie. So basically that's it. This is pretty much close to the end of the video. And pretty much I just repeat this process of figuring out on like the clothing, what part needs to be emphasized and what should be detailed or so. And you would see like I'm just gonna bounce around, just change a few things in here, all the way to just matching up to her clothes or so. And you see like me mess up here and there, but basically this is it. This is what I need to do. How I design Kan'u. So just bear with me on this, but I'm just gonna ramble like a few additional stuff. And then I'll just come back to the art towards the end of the video. In any case, I know that I shouldn't exactly bring this up, but some of you are suggesting me to like do challenge stories or whatever, and you guys are giving me like some story ideas and want me to like make them. I'm not going to do that, mainly because I don't have the time. So challenge stories, probably no. Story requests is maybe. Okay, yeah, there's two different things, okay? Because challenge stories are usually I'm guessing challenge stories are more like it's not within my ballpark. It's not like something I'm familiar with. I'm supposed to like, I guess, research and then make a story out of it or so. And usually I don't have the time. But like for story requests is only if it's within my ballpark of what do I know, because I don't know every anime or stuff like that. So if you want to make a story request, you probably want to refer back to my profile. Though all that there is what animes and what series that I know. If you guys want to see like another Syrus crossover, because I said that Syrus is going to have like a bunch of crossovers with other stories. Even Godzilla will have like a lot of crossovers, but I haven't started that series yet, so you guys won't know crap about it until I at least work on the Godzilla story, or at least upload the Godzilla story. I've worked on it a little bit, but it's not ready yet. In any case, if you guys want to see more crossovers with like Syrus at the very least, there's already like a list of of like manga and anime series that I know. Those ones are all plausible. Not all of them, but you could ask me if it falls into any of those categories. Yeah, it could work. It may be able to work. No guarantees. Okay, and there we have it. Kan'u Unchou. Pretty much all done now. And as you can see, it's to be honest, I really like this. I I really never expected to redesign it like this and actually make her like really look good. I mean, look at it. She looks so accurate, or so. Of course, that's my opinion, or so. I don't want to brag. But let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Does she look good? Cause I think so. Um, yeah. In total, it was 2 hours long that got me this far, and I managed to shorten out the video just for you guys. So, yay. So, that's it. And there are plenty of Koihime characters out there that are not designed yet. I have worked on some of them, but they're all not complete yet. So, leave a comment below. Who's the next Koihime character you want me to design next? If you liked the video, please leave a like, and leave a comment, subscribe for some more, and I'll see you all in the next video. Orange out!